That was embarrassing on Saturday night. That was Kenny Dillingham's potentially worst game as a head coach on Saturday night. At least you know now, without Sam Leavitt, Jeff Sims is an atrocious quarterback in college football. He's got a little bit of slipperiness to him. I like the way he runs, although it's not great. But Jeff Sims is nowhere near the quarterback of Sam Leavitt. And Saturday's loss to Utah might have cost ASU's chances back to being in the college football playoff. And the reasoning why I say that is you could afford this loss to Utah. And Utah is nowhere near the team that Texas Tech is on Saturday. Now, ASU can beat Texas Tech if Sam Leavitt plays. I will continue to stand with that through and through. They can absolutely beat Texas Tech if Sam Leavitt plays. However, Sam Leavitt, the quarterback, being injured, and it comes out that there's potentially some things he probably shouldn't be doing, I mean, that's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. And ASU lost that game because Sam Leavitt was injured. I think ASU beats Utah. Well, the score wasn't close. Things get different when your starting quarterback is in the game. Devin Dampier was running all over this ASU defense. It was the worst ASU's defense has looked all year. Part of that is it's raining, it's slippery, it's hard to wrap up with guys. But that was atrocious on Saturday night. And it was Kenny Dillingham's worst game as a coach in college football. Because the players didn't believe. I mean, it felt like after those first 2 touchdowns, they were just dead in the water. They did not force timely turnovers at all like they've normally been doing. And they got absolutely steamrolled by a Utah team that is always going to be a rock-solid program. But here's the biggest thing from it. There's some reports that came out that maybe Sam Leavitt was playing basketball or doing something else other than football activities. I don't know if those are true. I haven't seen anyone trusted put that out. I've talked to some people that maybe it sounds that way. I've seen it on social media that maybe it sounds that way, but it's not confirmed. So I can't go out of my way and just say, yes, this is what Sam Leavitt was doing. This is how he hurt his ankle, but it makes sense. Full 2 weeks of practice. There's a bye week, and Sam Leavitt out of nowhere turns his ankle. If this would have happened at practice, they would have no problem saying, yeah, he took a step back and he turned his ankle. It sounds like to me, Sam Leavitt was likely playing basketball. Now, I don't know that. I'm just speculating. But per my conversations, per what I've seen on social media, it makes sense. And if that's the case, like, you need to be able to find players. I had a guy text me, my buddy, and he was like, he should be fined NIL money. I'm not against that. Players would be pissed. You know, prima donna college football players would likely leave over it. But during the regular season, that's a no-no. You are paid. You are a professional athlete at this point. Like I said, whatever, a semi-pro athlete. You get paid to play football. And Sam Leavitt was potentially playing basketball and not taking the season seriously enough. Turns his ankle, has to walk in the coach's office, has a limp, and everyone's got to cover for him. Dude, you can't do that. That is awful judgment. You just can't do that. And if that really is what happened, Sam Leavitt should be fined, should be in some sort of trouble, because this is the most important part of the season. You beat Utah. The game against Texas Tech, you win or lose, it's okay. You will fight to see another day. But the problem is, you lose to Utah, you lose to Texas Tech, now you really got to beat Iowa State, and then cross your fingers that other teams fall. You can't have that. That's a lapse of judgment in Sam Leavitt, and he should be criticized for that. I don't buy that he rolled his ankle in practice. If he did, they would have said so. If it's true if it's true Sam Leavitt was playing basketball, turned his ankle, or something weird happened, he's got to be in more trouble. He's got to be in more trouble than he was, than it seemed like he was. I'm not talking about suspending the guy because you need him, but there needs to be something in place where you find the guy NIL money. This is not workers' comp. If I get hurt at work, it's different. If he gets hurt in practice, it's different. You get hurt playing basketball, turning your ankle, costing the team potentially the season. Not only is that selfish, it's a lapse of judgment, and you should be in trouble for that. And so when I saw those reports come out, I'm like, come on, Sam. Really? In a season that is incredibly important for ASU to continue this success, you do that? You think NFL GMs are going to like that when they sign you to a $500 million contract? Like, if that's the case, and I don't know if it's true, it's just the rumor, and of course it'll never be confirmed, Sam Leavitt should be in more trouble. He should be. He should get more than a slap on the wrist. This was the most important part of the season. This was the most important part of the season. And ASU needed that win. And guess what happened? Utah, dog walked them. And now you walk into a game against Texas Tech that is ginormous. You have to beat Texas Tech now, or your Big 12 dreams are really starting to fade away. And Texas Tech is really freaking good. ASU's lucky this game is at home. I mean, it doesn't matter. Texas Tech stomped Utah at home. But this has got to be ASU's best game of the season. And Sam Leavitt has to go. If Sam Leavitt doesn't go, oh my God, I will flip a bleep. Because Jeff Sims, I mean, I'm not sure the guy is a college quarterback. He's pretty abysmal. He's inaccurate. He runs pretty well, but he's inaccurate. I don't think he throws with a lot of timing. I think part of this is on Sam Leavitt as well. Sam Leavitt was practicing all week until he wasn't. And that's concerning stuff. It's frustrating because you need your best players in the biggest moments, and Leavitt wasn't there, and Jeff Sims was. And that deflated everything. Now you walk into a wet, cold game. Your defense is not star-studded, but now they're asked to carry you, and that's not the way this team is built. They are played off complementary football. The defense isn't elite, but it gets timely stops when it is needed. The offense gets going maybe late, but it gets going. They score 30 points. The defense gets a timely turnover to end the game, and that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case because Sam Leavitt wasn't there, and he should feel bad. If, of course, he was doing things he shouldn't have been doing.